Ladies and gentlemen, for the board, Bruce Paterson, Garwood. The county manager's budget is out, and I've been reviewing it. It's not as detailed as the regular budget that comes out that you introduce and then vote on later on in the single day time period. But I mean, there was enough to take a look at it. Where I guess the issue I have is. And I like County Manager Raphael, but come on now. I mean, you know, you're increasing taxes another $10 million. I mean, that's amazing. That's right on the heels of the Summit Taxpayers Association and the Summit residents that had come down here at the other meeting and said, please, make it a zero tax increase. And unfortunately, then after the meeting was near the end, he said, that's a 2.9% increase. $10 million. $10 million is a lot of money. The reason why I'm saying that, and years ago, it used to be like $13 million almost every year, but suddenly you sold Runnels, and I've talked to you guys about this before. You sold Runnels Hospital, and the operating cost, and these are your dollars, was either $13 million or $17 million. You guys said that. So now that Runnels is out of the picture, it looks like we have at least $13 million a year in savings from the operating cost of Runnels. Yet you did nothing about that. In fact, Freeholder Hudak is not here, I don't know why, but anyway, he's the one that was the chair, and I pointed that out to him, and he didn't understand. I mean, you know, when he was the chair of finance, it went up to $6 million. Last year, 2016, like I was saying, you guys are now sitting on a lot of money that are coming in because you're saving this operating budget. Last year, and I have it, I mean, the 2016 budget had a $55 million surplus. That's 11% of a $500 million budget that you guys do every year. 11%. And yet, the taxes still went up, I think it was about $8.5 million. You still increased the taxes $8.5 million with a $55 million surplus. This year, the full budget is not out yet, so I don't know what the surplus is. I'm projecting at least $65 million probably. But anyway, you're still increasing taxes $10 million. The taxpayers out here are hurting. The people from Summit were coming down and crying. And like I've mentioned other years, when the rich people cry, you know something's wrong. You know, and they're saying that their town's becoming unaffordable. They pointed out, the Summit taxpayers had a graph that time, and they pointed out that the muni end was up like 1% in 5 years, the Board of Ed was maybe 5% in 5 years, and the county end was up 29%. So we know it's out of control. You guys are hiding money, $50 million, $55 million. You still raise taxes $8 million, then you raise it another $10 million. It's beyond comprehension. And the guy who's overseeing the budget, and I've said this before, is the town manager of Scotch Plains. So the town manager of Scotch Plains gets to oversee and control our budget as a county, and yet the other 20 town managers have no say. They just sit there and have to take the hit of the taxes. So if there's a conflict of interest, I'd like to hear why it isn't a conflict of interest. These people would, I'm sure, too, because they're listening. I hope anyway. But the issue, looking at this, and again, the county manager's budget, looking at it, 3 things jump out. One is salaries are up 4%, $7 million. Salaries 4%. Yes, you might be hiring a couple people, but $7 million increase in salaries. I'd like maybe some explanation of that, or I guess I'm going to have to Oprah that. The UCUA, Union County Utilities Authority. The revenues coming into the county, it was $2 million from the refinance scheme. You were going to get $2 million. Suddenly it's $1 million. So where the heck is that $1 million disappearing? We're supposed to get $2 million as revenue from that, not $1 million. And the last, and this is amazing, you have like $16 million in prescription costs. $16 million. That comes out that there's 2,500 people in the county. I mean, that comes out to about employees. That comes out $7,000 in prescription costs an employee. I mean, these numbers, I got to look at. There's other ones too, but I mean, these are what jumped out at me. I couldn't believe it. And just in closing, I mean, we were here and we looked at firemen with 50 years service, community. They have a low SAP pension that's probably going to be $1,000 or $2,000, and yet Al Mirabella, who's double dipping, has increased his salary in 3 years 600%. To $90,000. You know, they say we're friends, but I'll tell you right now, if they find out that he's walking away with 600% increase in pension,
Mr. Patterson, we know rules, 5 minutes, thank you. We tell everyone to do it, you're just like everybody else. Thank you, please sit down.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Thank you. Is there anyone?